It's Ebro in the morning. Listen, Rosenberg, Laura Stiles, and the conversation we're going to have right now is about a film, a documentary, about tickling. I saw the trailer, and I said immediately we need to have these people up because I need to know what the fuck is going on here.
Yeah, I came in one morning, and I said, my brother sent me a link last night, guys. Watch this. And we all watched the trailer, and I'm sure you've heard this from other people. They have the same experience. It's a brilliant trailer, and you just instantly go, whoa, what am I watching? So introduce yourselves and tell the people the name of the movie and when it's coming out and all that stuff.
Yeah, my name's David Farrier.
I'm Dylan Reeve.
And we made a movie about competitive endurance tickling.
You heard, wait, hold on. Just let
rewind.
that
3 words. We can
Let that marinate.
competitive
Yep.
endurance and tickling.
Tickling. 3
Which
words.
tells me that there was a time where it was just competitive. There's tickling, we all know about. Then somebody
Basic.
came with competitive tickling, and then somebody was like, nah, we gotta take this up a notch.
I think it might have been sort of amateur endurance tickling first.
Ah,
Just the amateur stuff first. Before
facts,
competitive.
facts.
Well, as you sort of learned from the movie, maybe it was always one person who came up with all these iterations of this whole thing. But we don't know. That's sort of the adventure that we go on in this movie. So tell us a little bit about what you guys do and how we got there. And it's called, and the movie's called?
It's called Tickled.
There you go.
I'm an entertainment journalist in New Zealand, and I was looking for a wacky story to do. And I came across this competitive endurance tickling competition happening in LA. And once a month, these organizers would fly in young men aged between 18 and 22 into LA. Once a month, they'd give them $1,500 cash.
How many
free
people
flights.
are we talking about?
We're talking about 10,
Dozen?
15 people
Yeah.
at a time.
Okay.
And that'll be flown in once a month, including New Zealanders and Australians and people from the UK. And they'd be tickled in this tickling contest. And I just thought this is the weirdest thing I've ever heard of. And so I started, I reached out to them and said I'd like to do a story. And instantly this company hired lawyers and it got pretty intense very quickly.
Wait. So just because because I saw the trailer, and for people watching this right now, they're going to see the title of the conversation and go, what the fuck are they talking about? But
If YouTube's good, though, if YouTube's good, the Tickled trailer should come up next to it.
Right.
Hopefully.
So
That's how it should
hopefully
go.
you will have seen what kind of perplexed everyone, which is, wait a minute, these people are gathering, they are tickling on camera for how long?
I mean, these
Half an
tickling
hour.
sessions, half an hour to an hour long. You know, you go to these tickling contests in LA and you all put on Adidas gear, sports gear, and it's like it
Adidas
says,
is a
you tickle.
sponsor.
Apparently.
No.
We should make that clear.
No, I doubt Adidas is a sponsor. Ebro.
Okay.
Our lawyers would like to make it clear that Adidas is not.
Guys, you've had enough people chasing you for legal stuff, okay? You don't want Adidas.
Yeah, I mean,
But how does it work as you're being tickled? How do you
You get
do you tap out?
No, you get tied down to a bed. No, you just have to take it. You get tied down to a bed, and 4 or 5 guys will climb on board and tickle you. And then they flip you over.
It's
other
one of the
side.
most, Ebro, in this movie, it is one of the most, we watched it, we had a little dinner party, my wife and I and our friends, Natalie and Jerry, we had a little dinner party and watched it. It is one of the most uncomfortable things to watch people force themselves to be tickled. Like, I can't explain why it's so difficult
Now
to
in
watch,
the trailer,
but it's weird.
in the trailer, you say that you found it odd and somewhat, how do I say, like sexual in a way, because it's men and more men, and all these men have their shirts off and they're all tickling each other.
Yeah, it's-
you
it's-
yourself even was like, wait a minute.
yeah, I mean, you look at these videos and they seem a bit
Gay.
Well, they seem
It's
a bit gay. You know, it's these young men tickling each other.
And you are gay, right?
Yeah, and so
That's an
was-
important
yeah,
part from the beginning of the
that is,
movie, because they attacked you because you're gay.
Totally. Well, that's the thing. I went to their public Facebook page and said, this tickling competition is crazy. I'd love to do a story about it for, New Zealand TV. And the first comment their PR person came back with was, we don't want a homosexual journalist doing the story.
A public
Which is
comment
crazy
on their Facebook page.
because, it's a crazy comment, but also these videos are so gay. It was just the most outrageous thing to hear from them.
So wait, in all of the competitions that you mentioned, there's no women?
No woman.
No,
Just
no,
young,
that would
hot men.
Are we
that
safe?
would make a different thing.
Are we safe in saying, because these days, you don't go calling things gay, right?
No.
Is it safe to say, though, that if it's a competition exclusively for men, many of which are shirtless, rubbing each other's legs and stuff, that would go under the qualification of pretty gay?
It's pretty gay.
Yeah, right. I mean,
it's up there on the gay
Right,
scale.
and for the record, if it was the competition was you lay there and topless women rub your legs and you were a gay guy doing it, that's a pretty straight thing to do.
Totally.
straight. Right?
You got it.
So that's
yeah,
exactly-
I mean,
it
that's
makes
the
sense.
thing. These videos are some of the gayest things I've ever seen. And so that response was just,
Shocking.
it was shocking. And I thought there's got to be more to these videos than than what meets the eye. And so I started emailing back and forth with their PR person, and they got more and more homophobic. And then they suddenly, they're hiring lawyers saying, "Don't pursue this story.
We'll sue you into the ground."
Wow, that escalated quickly.
Well, for those of you who are interested in
Really
the film,
good.
one of my favorite things about the film, frankly, is a lot of documentaries spend a really long time, and it can be really good, but a really long time getting to the meat of it. You guys are going at it with them within 10 minutes of the movie starting. Like they set
that's
it
how
up,
fast it
and
probably
it
happened
goes
in
right
real
into
life.
it.
Yeah, I mean, and in a couple of weeks in our lives, everything just completely unraveled and it went crazy. I mean, suddenly they sent 3 representatives from New York all the way to New Zealand, which is like a 15-hour flight, just to tell us not to make this movie. And so that's when we picked up cameras and we started filming this sort of this craziness, because they were just so defensive.
When
But
they say don't make the movie, what do you want to do?
Make the damn movie.
They don't want us to make
Yeah,
the
you got it.
movie.
So what we do, made a
the
movie.
And that's why we're here. We made the movie.
Can you talk about because I remember Peter telling me about the blackmail
Yes, so
aspect of all that,
Some
because-
number of the guys who'd go and get tickled. If your name's John Smith,
Yeah.
they register that they take a dislike to you for some reason after the fact, and they register johnsmith.com, and up there goes your tickling videos and your real name and your
address?
your address,
Wait.
and email
So
address
if
and
I don't
Facebook
want to participate
anymore.
longer,
You want to tap out? Be like, I'm done with
It's
my
like a gang.
My tickling career is
yeah,
over.
yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
Not
If
only
you-
is your tickling career over, but they're basically going, listen, everyone else is going to think this is weird.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not okay with it, then we're going to let everyone know that you know about it. We're inquisitive about it. And so if you think it's weird and you don't want to participate, then everybody's going to make fun of you for even
Right.
being
Yeah, yeah.
remotely attached
And
to
it's
it.
all about they'll say you're a gay tickle fetishist.
Oh, so
Right.
they go that far.
Oh yeah. And we
Yeah,
found
they
that
accuse-
early, and it was like this makes it even worse.
Yeah, they
Like,
accuse the people doing it of being weird,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
though they're the ones setting it
Yeah,
up.
so suddenly the
so
people that
crazy.
organize this competition, you try and tap out of this tickling competition, and suddenly that company turns on you, and your
Says,
videos
ew, you
everywhere.
weird tickle freak.
Completely, and they're mocking you and teasing you and sending those videos to your parents and your coach and your school, and just trying to ruin
That
your
one
life.
guy you saw was getting letters, for like years that he was receiving letters at his mom's house.
Yeah.
She'd be like, oh, here's another one. One of the things I found interesting about the whole thing is that it's all so creepy, but when I'm watching it, I'm like, it's kind of weird, right? Like, I don't get the tickling thing, and it sort of made me hate that we tickle each other at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys had that feeling.
Ruined it for
you know,
me.
like
Yeah.
you go up to girl, I go up to like someone who I'm close with, more likely a girl than a guy for whatever reason, but you might just like tickle someone or whatever, right? And maybe think like, why do I do that? Like, why do I tickle my wife? It's weird. But when you think about it, really, for as far as sex fetishes go, it's on the very benign side
Oh,
of
yeah.
sort of weird shit you could be into, right?
It's tame.
With all the shit out there, holding someone down and tickling them, I mean, it's weird. I wouldn't be into it, but it's not. It's benign. But somehow,
It's really in the wrestling category. It's really
Yeah.
in the it's in that category more than it's in the sexual pleasure category.
or no, but even if
No, but-
even if it gets you off, I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Compared to what other fetish shit you could find on a
Oh,
dirty
got it,
website,
got
Oh
it.
yeah.
tickle away. It's not that big a deal. But somehow, in the context of the way that it's done in this film,
Well, I
this
think it's
benign thing
because-
becomes very scary and weird.
Well, I think it's because when you find out, and whether you guys have watched the trailer, if you're listening right now, watching right now, or you end up watching documentary, which is called Tickled, you find out. I mean, they're paying these guys pretty good money.
Really good money.
So $1,500.
Yeah, and-
I mean, if
and-
I'm 19 years
Fetish.
old and I can get a quick $1,500 to go. I mean, I know some dudes that was donating their sperm for $20, $40. So if I can go get tickled for $1,500 and a free flight.
Yeah, and I
And
mean,
no
that's
sperm.
the lower level.
And I don't even have to whack it.
No.
I
It
get
goes-
a porn mag or nothing. I don't have to do
And
nothing
that's
crazy.
lower level.
Yeah,
But
there's more.
it
You
gets-
know,
Wait,
some
wait,
of
wait,
these.
wait.
Yeah, I mean that's the least amount of money you'll get paid. Like that's the base level.
We've
if,
seen
if you're
one,
good
one
at
guy
tickling,
paid $12,000 for one
Whoa.
tickle weekend.
That's
What was
really
he
good
doing
money.
with his tickling?
yeah,
He must just laugh real good.
He was tickling in the champagne room. It was at a whole other
Like
level.
a specialized. But you guys keep referring to the competition. So is there like a champion, like
No.
a winner? How does this work?
No, that's one of the things that makes it clear that it's not really what it says it is, because there is no score, there's no winners, there's no brackets.
Right, there's
It's
nothing. They just
it's
do it.
They just get tickled.
So in the film, it's obviously because it's going on YouTube. This is being filmed. So you guys get your cameras. You leave New Zealand. You travel to
Yeah, we traveled to LA.
LA.
We started in LA because I mean we want to find out what is going on, why these people in the videos are being harassed, why we're being sued, why, so we travel all across America just trying to find those answers, and we end up in Florida and New York and Muskegon and all over the place.
And what do you find when you get to these places? I want people to watch the film, but I'm kind of, for people that are having this conversation or watching this
God,
conversation.
I mean, we find a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Where do we begin?
it's just a wormhole we keep traveling down, and the more we chase it, the more we get these weird responses and some more threats and find out other aspects of these things that we've already discovered.
The main surprising thing initially that we found is, this competitive tickling had been happening for, 3 or 4 years, but this stretches back, like over 20 years, what we discover.
Wait, so the most recent YouTube posts were within 3 years.
Yeah, so the current iteration, Jane O'Brien Media, this competitive endurance tickling, that's 3-4 years old. But the same sort of stuff has been happening with the same,
they go back.
characteristics.
They start digging in the crates.
Yeah.
And they find that there's a history to this that goes longer and has a different name.
And so in the trailer, you talk about Jen O'Brien Media.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we find in the film who that is or not is
Yeah,
or
sort
what
of.
it is?
We do. We get to the bottom of a lot of this stuff. And it took a long time. I mean, it took us 2 years to make this film from start to finish. And it took a lot of digging, but we do get to the bottom of what is going on.
And
I think it's stranger than what we had imagined.
Is it sexual fetishes?
It goes in that territory.
Yeah.
It
you
sounds
guessed
like,
it, you guessed
okay,
it.
so like the people who like to get tortured, it could be considered like mild torture.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're
Absolutely.
tying
Yeah.
people down for sure. They're tying people down and tickling them.
No, it's torture.
And is there somebody at the
torture.
top of this network? Is there a singular
there's a-
individual, some sort of sinister
Ibra,
individual?
you're come on. You gotta let the movie be. You gotta let the movie go.
Well, I'm trying to find out if there's like an OG tickler,
Yeah.
like the
You
Riddler.
gotta watch the
You know what I'm
movie. That's
saying?
the quest of the movie, is to figure out who this person is.
Because I watched the show Gotham on Fox.
No,
and
no,
I
no,
think
it's not-
they
this
need
is
to
different.
write this in. The OG tickler.
Yeah, very similar. Very similar
It
vibe.
is, right?
The tickler is sort of like a thing that you could be a weapon.
Could
Like,
be a
that's the
villain,
thing.
a super villain.
Yeah, supervillain, the tickler, like the Riddler.
I'd
But I
watch
mean,
that.
different, though.
tickling's a huge world that we discovered because we ended up visiting this guy in Florida who he makes tickling videos for a living. It's all he does. He tickles people. He films it. He puts it on the internet.
But he doesn't
and-
blackmail them and
No,
treat
he's
them
very
bad.
He actually seems like relatively sort of not that weird in the film.
No, totally. He's an incredibly normal guy, and yet his whole career is tickling
and made a lot of
people.
money.
He made a lot of money.
He's very normcore.
Well, and
Yeah, he's very normcore.
We hung out with him and his mates doing karaoke at some suburban house one night.
It's like wearing khakis and a button down. And
Absolutely.
Yeah, really low key.
like it.
For the film, we were both actually. He's got this tickle chair that he straps you down into, and Dylan and I, as part of making the film, we wanted
See,
to
that's where
experience
I'm
what
not.
tickling was
Yeah,
like.
no, I'm good.
And it's awful. We went in that chair and we got tickled for 10 minutes each.
What
and
did he
it's-
tickle you with?
He had
a
also-
hairbrush.
He
The,
had
the
hair-
worst was this.
Oh.
You know the hairbrush with the long straight bristles, the little plasticky bits on the
Yeah.
end? That on the bottom of your feet, all lubed up with KY.
come on.
No, not kidding.
Nah.
And when you're tied down, it's completely
Don't worry, that's
different
not in the
mentally.
film. It's not in the film, so you
No,
don't
but
need
it
to worry
is-
about seeing that.
It'll
Sound
probably
like-
be a related video on this.
Sounds like you're into it.
Did not like it at all. And I reckon, I said just afterwards, if he'd kept going a few more minutes, I would have given him my PIN number and all my passwords. Like, it was that bad.
Oh, it was torturous.
Oh, really?
Oh,
It was
yeah.
really somewhat torturous.
It's like torture.
Yeah, it is. It's tickle torture. I mean, there's a reason they call it that.
So I definitely, I think we all know that seeing someone else laugh, right? Like you ever watch a video where just somebody's uncontrollably laughing brings you joy. So I guess I'm trying to wrap my mind around the whole tickling concept. In some ways, seeing someone get tickled, that they're enjoying it, could bring you some sort of joy, right?
They're not enjoying it.
And it's also
But
maybe
they're not
like,
enjoying it.
no, it seems like that. I mean, it's weird because you
I'm
watch
just,
someone
I
being
haven't
tickled.
watched. I
Yeah,
haven't-
you've got the laughter,
Right.
But the laughter doesn't tie with body language of enjoyment. It's
some
not
people,
that.
some people might enjoy like watching a person break down,
Yeah.
losing control. Yeah.
I just was stuck at the laughter part.
No,
But it's not for you. You always try to figure things out. This is not for you.
Is it? Well, here's my question: is it really for anyone?
I know. I think there are people like
Yeah, but this guy with the tickle chair, does he enjoy being tickled or
No.
tickling
He likes
others?
tickling.
You see what I'm saying?
not so many.
It's not ever for the person
Yeah,
getting
there are
tickled.
some people though. There are some people. I haven't met them, but they do enjoy. They actually love being tickled.
You see?
It's uncommon. Most people just like doing the tickling or watching other people being tickled. There's a few people out there on the planet who love the
And
sensation.
now these people probably make a lot of money.
I imagine they do.
If you're willing to
Although
be
maybe
tickled.
not, because part of the appeal of watching it as a viewer of this and it
Is the torture?
is the discomfort part of it.
No,
That's what he said.
Yes. No,
No.
it's not you. Yes.
No.
You have to see the movie. When
No.
you see the movie, you'll see it's so uncomfortable. And the fact that there are people spending money on websites to watch it, you know it must be the discomfort that they're paying for.
The organization that you infiltrated and discovered here, this
Jane O'Brien.
they still operate.
They're
Sort
still
of,
out
yeah.
there. You can visit their Facebook page. You can visit their website. It's all Jane O'Brien. It's still doing
And
its
it's
thing.
not. It doesn't sound like it's illegal. Like it's not.
No,
it's
no.
not-
It's just a
not
tickling
really.
competition. I mean, it's the thing on the
But
surface.
it's not a
this thing-
competition. It's a dungeon. It's a
well,
chamber. It's a tickling chamber. It's not a competition. Nobody wins. There's no scorekeeping. There's no champion.
It's a tickling enterprise.
Okay, fair enough.
Enterprise.
Fair enough.
It's very interesting. The movie's creepy,
weird.
interesting, well done, really, really cool flick.
Listen, it was a pleasure meeting you guys. I don't
No,
ever want to be a part of any of this, but
No.
it was awesome to learn.
And Laura
about.
and Dave, what you would like about David is I think throughout the entire movie and right now, I think you only wear animal t-shirts.
It's pretty much my only wardrobe.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
that's
dogs,
pretty tight.
wolves, birds. You
Pretty
have a
much.
bird, right?
Yeah, I've got a parrot. He's in the film.
The parrot makes the appearance. You have a cat in the film.
Minnie, the cat, Keith the parrot. They're all in there.
Keith, just Keith, the parrot.
That's
Why Keith?
Why
yeah,
Keith?
Keith. I just wanted like a strong man's name for my parrot.